So let's say you're gonna have a barbecue and all of your friends are gonna come over, you're gonna have a fantastic time, and maybe you're gonna be out by the pool. What if instead of having something like a signature cocktail, have a signature iced tea for the event? That gives you a different non-alcoholic option, especially since you guys are going to be in the blazing heat. A lot of people are sensitive to alcohol, or maybe you just are watching your budget and you don't want to have alcohol at your event. Hey, that's cool. Let's make some fun iced teas that you can use if you're going to have someone over, if you're going to have a fun event, or even if you're just going to stay at home and you want to blow through some of the teas in your pantry. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Victoria and welcome to my kitchen, and I'm here to inspire you to cook amazing meals from scratch in your kitchen that are more affordable, they're gonna save you money, and that you are gonna find more enjoyable, more delicious, and more nutritious. So stick with me, we're gonna be making yummy stuff. So on to the tea. I have to be honest with you, I actually have a little problem with tea. So for me, tea is not only delicious, but it's also medicinal, and you can leverage these teas in the summertime. I have a whole portion of my pantry dedicated to teas, so I really don't need to buy anything else, but I wanted to challenge myself and think of a couple different ways that I could use the tea that I already have. Now, I'm primarily buy in bulk these days and get loose leaf tea. However, I have a bunch of tea here in my cabinet they're also tea bags. And so I decided to challenge myself to see if I could get through some of those. So today I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 easy teas that you can make at home, and it can give your party or even just your afternoon a little pizzazz. So the 3 teas we're gonna be making today are mint spearmint, green citrus, and almost sweet tea. Okay, so let's first talk about mint and spearmint. The one thing about peppermint versus spearmint is peppermint is really refreshing. Spearmint has that more of a bite. And so spearmint is used in a lot of gums and toothpaste. So one day I actually brewed both mint and spearmint tea and to do a side-by-side comparison. The thing with spearmint is it actually reminds me of eating toothpaste. And so I found that if you add just a touch of spearmint to your peppermint tea, it adds a little something without it tasting like peppermint toothpaste. So that's our first tea that we're gonna be making. And I just brew tea right in quart-sized jars. I found that that's the simplest thing to do. And then you have about 2 sizable cups of tea. So the second tea we're going to be doing is green citrus. So I have a couple packages of green tea, and actually this is green peppermint tea, but that's okay. Generally the peppermint is a little bit more subtle, and so you don't really taste the peppermint all that much. But I also have these lemons behind me. Something else I dry my own citrus and put them in these jars. And I keep them in my kitchen so that at times when, and these are super, super dry, at times when I need a piece of lemon or lime, I keep lemon, lime, and orange. So let's say I need an orange and I don't have an orange. Well, I can reconstitute the oranges that I have dried. And is it exactly the same? No, but it'll help me get by. So I have some lemons. We're gonna slice these up, put them in the jar, and they're gonna be steeping with the tea. Now let's talk about almost sweet tea. We moved to Texas, and Texas is part of the South, as I have been reminded by several people. And the South, they do sweet tea. And if you've never had sweet tea, because I'm a Yankee and didn't grow up in the South, so sweet tea is so super sweet to me, and my husband loves it, but it's just like has so much sugar. And so I'm gonna take some tea. This is a strawberry black tea that I already had in my pantry, and I'm gonna be using honey and probably a 1/4 cup of honey to the quart that I'm gonna brew, and it's gonna give it a sweet taste without it being so super sweet. So that's my version of sweet tea, is something that has just a little subtle sweetness, but not totally overpowering. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I have my Kosari tea kettle, and let me tell you, I really felt like I didn't need it. My husband bought it for me because he knows how much tea I drink. It's so nice because it has different settings on it, and you can choose which one you would like, if you have green or black or whatever, or if you want to do a custom setting, there's an app. It's really handy. But I'm going to be using my tea kettle to make sure that my tea is nice and hot. We're going to brew it first, and then we are going to cool it down either in the fridge or with some ice. Another thing is, you can make sun tea. Do you remember sun tea? Like, if you grew up, in the 70s and 80s, like, you remember sun tea. But so not a whole lot of people still do that. But yes, you can take a large mason jar, even a jar like this is half gallon, and you can put your tea bags in here and put it outside to brew. You can definitely do that. But I find sometimes that it's just easier to just brew the dang thing and then chill it once I have it at the level of strength that I want it.